So we believe, and I believe, that bikes will be a much, much more important part of the mobility mix of consumers. Right? We see that consumers really drive this trend, that they switch more to bikes, that they engage more with e-bikes. Right? 35% in Europe here of the bikes sold last year have been e-bikes, and e-bikes obviously make it easier, for many people to commute to work. So, it's more convenient and more comfortable, if you wish, to have longer distances and so on. So we believe that will be a crucial part of the mobility mix in the future, and already is a more important part than years ago.
As a leading player in this field, you've seen all the pandemic trends play out. And I think for those of us in London, we saw very quickly how the roads changed to create more social distancing. So people rushed out to buy bikes, and in some cases they couldn't get their hands on bikes. Others resorted to them as the main platform for exercise instead of going to the gym. But how has that changed now as we've started to normalise through this pandemic? What's the demand story looking like now?
Yeah, so we still see a lot of unmet demand right now in the market, right? We are the leading global bike online player, 730 million net revenues in euros, right, this year. So we have more access than others, but still, there's still some unmet demand out there that we are very confident that this will be a catch-up, if you wish, over 2022, when all these supply chain challenges will be basically normalized.
We've got countries moving at very different rates around pandemic planning, others towards ESG. So do you have any particular hot markets based on some of the government plans that we've witnessed right now?
So our stronghold right now is Europe, right? Most of our revenues are generated in Europe. However, we also have started to increase our business in the US. And now talking about mobility and e-bikes, right? That's a trend that's behind in the US right now from a consumer perspective versus Europe. I said 35% of the bikes in Europe sold are e-bikes, right? In the US, it's roughly 5%. But I think that over the next years, there'll be a tremendous increase and growth coming to the US in this sector as well. So we will be investing into the US over the next years quite a lot.
Your growth plans then, because a couple of years back you looked to proceed to an IPO but decided around a private raising instead. This time round now you've got a SPAC deal, you're looking to come to the market. Why is the time right to IPO the business?
So we've been on the growth track for a very long time, right? Which is great, and obviously we have good and ambitious plans to grow further. There's a lot of opportunities for us in the market. Hence, we believe right now is a very good time to do so. And we chose the SPAC route this time because A, we have plans to move into the US with bike and with our tennis business, and B, because we did a very sizable acquisition in the bike space, Wiggle CSC out of the UK, who now we could market together in the SPAC process versus what we couldn't have done in the regular IPO process. So those were the benefits for us. And we are very, very confident and looking forward and excited to be at the New York Stock Exchange hopefully soon.